Let's do something we like to call social media check-in. All right, what do we got?
All right, our first one comes from Eric. It's a Brad Squad member, so this is the VIP page. I told y'all we're gonna take the first 5 before anybody that puts in their questions during the show. So here is the first one, a VIP Squad member. Eric, I had a pending VAWA case in which I got a letter from USCIS saying that I should give them evidence to prove that I got married to my wife in good faith. What kind of evidence are they asking for?
Proof that you live together and proof you have a financial relationship with her.
Okay, the next one also came from the VIP page, so make sure that you guys get on that VIP page via Facebook. This one's from Steve, and he asked, I submitted my I-130, I-485, I-765 together on April 8th, 2020. I got my receipt on May 30th, 2020, but I haven't heard from them again. What can I do now because I have to go to my country, Africa, due to a family emergency?
Well, if you have an emergency, you could always go down to immigration with proof of the emergency and request an emergency advance parole. But the only emergency they're really going to give you advance parole on, God forbid there's a death.
Okay, Nicole Hernandez, another VIP Brad Squad member, saying, hey, Brad, my DS-260 was filed with multiple errors. What can be done to fix this?
What was filed with multiple errors?
The DS-260.
You have to contact the National Visa Center.
Okay, Michaela, another VIP member. I received 2 dates of my interview, one for the 10th and the other for the 12th. Is this normal? Please help. I am worried.
No, go on the 10th and hopefully they have the interview right for the 10th. If not, they'll tell you to come back on the 12th.
Okay, Kamar Kiki on Facebook asks, what do they mean when they say a case was approved? This reads on the letter provided, petition has been approved. You should contact the local USCIS office to obtain a form I-485.
It means whatever benefit you applied for got approved. So, for example, if you're married to a citizen, they approved it. They said, yes, you're married to a citizen. If you are the son of a permanent resident, yes, they approved it. They agree you're the son of a permanent resident. Approved means you got approved. Doesn't mean you have a green card. It just means the benefit for which you're requesting is approved.
Okay, Tasha Sanchez on YouTube. I'm filing for my son in Jamaica. He's 8 years old. What are the forms I need? I am a citizen.
An I-130 visa petition.
Okay, Frank Mbenja on Facebook said, I would like to know if an asylum seeker who is in the process of removal can file a VAWA case due to being in an abusive relationship with his fiance and still get his green card.
You can file a VAWA with a fiance. You can file a VAWA if you're married, but not a fiance. You can file a U visa if your fiance was arrested for domestic violence.
Tanya Love on Facebook. If someone gets married and oh, sorry, I skipped the question. No, so on YouTube, what are the various reasons one would be denied a green card / adjustment of status via a marriage?
What are some of the reasons why you would be denied? They don't believe you're in a real marriage. You don't live with your spouse. You don't have a financial relationship with your spouse. You have a criminal record that bars you from getting a green card. You've lied to the government before. You have health issues. You have tuberculosis. You have, I don't know, all sorts of different health issues that would possibly deny you. Your spouse hasn't given you a proper affidavit of support. They believe you're going to become a public charge. I can go on and on and on again. There's thousands of reasons why. They think you're a terrorist.
Tanya Love on Facebook asks, if someone gets married in 2014, submits documents in 2016, gets no reply but a letter for his interview in 2019, then the letter that he has 44 days to leave because his wife is a green card holder and she got her green card here through another marriage. What can he do?
Refile now because your wife can't file for you within 5 years of getting a green card through the first marriage. But hopefully you're now past that 5-year period and hopefully she's a citizen, so refile.
Delma's Broswell on YouTube. Good evening, Brad. I filed an I-130 for my wife in the Philippines. The visa was denied because of my divorce to my ex-wife. Was not finalized before I married my wife in the Philippines. What can I do now?
We spoke to him.
Oh, he called in.
Yeah.
Okay, can I travel even if I am waiting for my master hearing, which is in 2023?
No,
Sorry, Yo-Yo.
No, because you're self-deported.
Okay, T Dave 305 on YouTube asks, can an asylee travel safely on a travel document?
On a refugee travel document, yes, assuming you already got approved.
Kay Butler on Facebook. I was granted a work authorization. I filed taxes for 4 years. Upon my interview, my sponsor didn't show up. They gave me another one, still didn't show up. Immigration sent me a letter stating that I am out of status and I quit my job. I have lived in America since 1996. What can I do?
Get a consultation with the lawyer. Sounds like you got denied and you're on your way to deportation. I don't have an answer for you off the top of my head, though.
Thembo Mabote on YouTube asks, past my first N400 interview and my oath ceremony was rescheduled. It's been 14 months without any response, and now USCIS is asking for another N400 second interview. Is this normal?
No, obviously there's some issue with your case.
Rockstar on YouTube. What are on the I-485 visa now? But next year our kids, we are on a 485 visa now, but next year our kids are turning 21. What are options for our kids? Should they continue on the 485 or change to an F1 visa?
No, you can't change to an F1 visa because they've already shown an intent to get a green card. So you can't now go to a student visa because that's a non-immigrant intent. Hopefully they're under the Child Status Protection Act. If not, you better get a good lawyer to expedite their cases.
Granite Z on YouTube asked, I entered the U.S. with a J1, not subject to 2 years. I filed for asylum after I overstayed my visa for 1.5 years. Then I filed for an AOS marriage base this year. Am I safe to travel with the AP, and should I withdraw the asylum?
Withdraw the asylum. You can travel with advance parole, but don't travel back to your home country because you said you were terrified to go back. Now all of a sudden you're going back, they're going to call you a liar and they're going to deny you for misrepresentation.
Michael S. on YouTube. My mom is in LPR in the U.S. She filed an I-130 for me as a child, unmarried, over 21. I'm outside of the United States. How long does it take for the I-130 to be approved by USCIS?
Years. Years and years and years.
Okay, Alex Scott on YouTube asking, I'm in an asylum pending removal process. I got married in the U.S. to a citizen this year. How long until they approve my I-130? And how can I file an I-485 in court in front of the judge?
You got to get the I-130 approved first before you file the I-485, and they're taking forever with this Trump administration. So we go back to my answers in the beginning of the show, mandamus or a threat of a mandamus.
HIE on YouTube. My F4 visa application is approved. PD not yet current. I had a second child and got divorced after filing the application. Should I notify NVC or wait until my PD becomes
No, you
current?
can notify NVC right now. PD is priority date.
Sani on YouTube asks, when applying for my stepchildren that were listed on the original I-130, will USCIS recognize our first priority date, or will the children have their own priority date?
Children's are going to have their own priority date.
Mr. Y on YouTube. Hi, my priority date, EB3 India, January 4th, 2010, is currently on a final action date in October 2020 bulletin. Our medicals are valid and done with a green card interview in 2019. We haven't heard back from USCIS. What do I do?
From USCIS or the U.S. Embassy?
They wrote USCIS.
I know, but it's the U.S. Embassy. Contact the U.S. Embassy. They're the ones who have your application. And if you can't get through, then get a good lawyer to contact them.
AKA on YouTube asks, when I checked my USCIS account, hold on, I think we've talked to this person. They called. Tia Persuade asked on YouTube, do you have to pay a fee again if you are renewing your EAD and advanced parole if adjustment of status is married to a U.S. citizen and has a pending AOS?
No, you should not have to pay.
Meg on Instagram. I'm applying for a green card through the DV lottery. I have a pending asylum case with USCIS. Can I participate in the lottery? Would it affect my case?
It won't affect your case, but I'm just not sure whether or not you would ultimately get a green card where you would go. You'd have to go to a third country to process and come back. And hopefully you applied for your asylum within 180 days of you overstaying your time. Other than that, you would have a 3-year bar too. So go apply, and if you win, give me a call. We'll figure it out.
Okay, Hannah on Instagram asks, I'm a DV 2021 winner with the case number of AF16. When I entered the DV lottery, I wasn't married to my fiance. I got the lottery by chance in the middle of our engagement. We were planning to get married throughout the DV process, but for some information we got, we had to cancel our marriage, and I kept my DS-260 visa application single. My very big question is, now what is the very best thing to do for us both?
Go get married. Go get married right now, and you can include him on the case.
Okay, number two, how long does it take to bring my husband if I get in and get my green card?
Years. Go get married now, and you can include him on the case.
Buck on Facebook, if my child's father was born in America, he's a citizen, can he give our 2-month-old son citizenship without my consent?
Yes.
Okay, Joseph on Facebook asks, I just got my prima facie
and by the way, it's not consent because your son's an automatic U.S. citizen. However, to get a U.S. passport, he would need your consent unless he's going to have full guardianship. So the U.S. government's not going to give your son a U.S. passport to travel unless you also give consent.
Okay, Joseph on Facebook said, I just got my prima facie determination renewed in September 2020, and I was given a 6-month extension. It's been 16 months since I filed. How long should it take to get an approval on my pending VAWA case?
Over 2 years.
Carly on Facebook, how can I change visa status from B1, B2 to J2 visa while in the US? And what are the chances of approval? My husband applied back home last January for J2, but was denied.
J1. Oh, he's here? Where is he? He's here now, I guess. And you're on the J1. And the husband is here in the United States right now on a tourist visa. So then you would file an I-539.
Taquita on Facebook said, hey, Brad, how do I get a green card? How do I stay in the USA?
Who wants to know this?
What do we know about it?
Who do we know? Laquita.
Taquita.
Magic 8 Ball. No idea who Taquita is. Don't know where she's from. Don't know her age. Don't know how she came to America.
Don't know anything about her
Don't
case.
even know if she's in America. I don't know if she has any family here, job prospects, education. Sponsor, nothing. How would she get a green card? Can she get a green card? And it says outlook uncertain. Even the Magic 8 Ball has no idea. All right, what else?
Sean S. on YouTube, how much time does USCIS take to answer RFE? It's been 4 months now and no answer yet.
Oh, 4 months is nothing. That's a very short time in USCIS world.
Polayemi A on Facebook asks, can you explain the reason USCIS has not moved forward the priority date for all FB categories for the past 3 months on the visa bulletin?
I could not explain it.
I don't know
why they have it here.
Indy on Facebook, I would like to know if an MTA ticket of 100 for a fare evasion, if it needs to be disclosed on the N400, how will this affect my brother's citizen application?
You do have to disclose it. It's not good moral character to evade fares. If it's a one-time offense, I'm sure they will say it's okay. All right, 2 more.
Zen on Facebook says, I come from the Philippines. My wife is a permanent resident since 2018. I-130, my priority date is July 22nd, 2019. It's been 15 months now. I received a letter from USCIS. It's initial evidence, but my wife changed her mind. She decided that she wants to change status from permanent resident to apply American citizenship, and it will take 3 to 4 years to wait. I'm just worried that what will happen to our case now and what should we do now? Or can we reapply the same receipt number?
It's going to take 3 to 4 years for her to become a U.S. citizen? What is he talking about? All right, so you have a pending I-130 visa petition filed by a permanent resident spouse. The quicker your spouse becomes a citizen, the better. Once she's a citizen, you're going to send a photocopy of the naturalization certificate to the immigration office where that pending I-130 is and request that they upgrade the case from spouse of permanent resident to spouse of U.S. citizen. In theory, that should make your case go a lot faster.
Can they reapply with the same receipt number?
You're not reapplying. You're upgrading the case. Still a pending case.
Okay.
This just in, Brad. PSA, Hassan did not mean to hang up on you. He wrote in the comments, I didn't mean to hang up on Brad. Hassan was just excited and says thank you.
Okay, no problem. But here's my PSA back to Hassan. Hassan, after this is over, go back and rewind your question because I gave you the answer after you hung up.
And our last social media check-in question comes from Eartha Roberts on YouTube. What can I do about my canceled green card appointment? I was supposed to go in for my interview in April, but I still haven't heard anything from USCIS.
Well, because of coronavirus, it's most likely got canceled. That and hundreds of thousands of other people. So at the present time, just wait it out and let's see what happens over the next few months. Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.